Time does not wait for anyone. Yet in Outlander, it bends, breaks, and pulls people into moments they never expect. Season 7, Episode 16 ends with a choice that feels small on the surface but shakes the lives of Claire, Jamie, and everyone connected to them. It is the kind of ending that makes you stop and ask yourself how far you would go for love when the world around you refuses to stay still. This final moment is not loud or explosive, but it carries the weight of everything the characters have fought for. As the episode closes, it becomes clear that the past and the future are no longer two separate paths. They are crashing together, forcing each character to face what they fear most: losing time with the ones they love. In the lead up to the ending of Season 7, Episode 16, every part of the story feels like it is pulling tighter and tighter. Claire and Jamie find themselves standing in the middle of a world changing faster than they can hold it together. The Revolutionary War is no longer a distant danger. It is here, shaping decisions they would rather not make. Claire tries to keep her heart steady, but every battle and every loss reminds her how fragile her life with Jamie has become. Jamie, on the other hand, carries the silent fear that he might once again lose the woman he crossed time for. He has survived war before, but this one brings choices he cannot escape. Meanwhile, Brianna and Roger are fighting a battle of their own. Their struggle is not with armies, but with time itself. Their family is scattered, and the question of who they can save and when they can reach them hangs over every scene. The fear of losing their children or being pulled into another moment in history is worse than any enemy. Every decision they make feels like walking on a thin line that could break with one wrong step. As the episode moves forward, small moments reveal large truths. Claire and Jamie share quiet looks that show both love and worry. Brianna and Roger discuss their next steps with voices that sound steady but eyes filled with doubt. Even supporting characters seem to sense a turning point coming. The storm is not loud yet, but it is building. You can feel it in the way characters cling to each other for strength. You can feel it in the way they hesitate before speaking certain words. This is the calm before a moment that will shape the next season. The episode sets up the ending by placing each character exactly where fate needs them to be. It is not about action alone. It is about the emotional tension that grows when people know change is coming but cannot stop it. By the time the final scene approaches, everything feels heavy, as if the world has taken a long breath and is waiting to see what these characters will choose next. The ending does not arrive suddenly. It grows through these quiet moments until the weight becomes too strong to ignore. The choices they make now will decide not only their future, but the future of everyone tied to their story. The ending of Season 7, Episode 16 unfolds quietly, yet it carries a force that shakes every character who stands in its shadow. It does not arrive with violence or a sudden twist. Instead, it comes like a slow wave that pulls the ground out from under their feet. In the final moments, Claire and Jamie are standing at the edge of a choice neither of them ever wanted to face. The war has pushed them into a place where safety is no longer a promise, but a memory. The land around them feels tense, as if history itself is watching their next step. Claire's eyes tell the story before her words do. She knows the cost of staying and the danger of leaving. She is a healer who has seen too many futures end before their time. Yet next to her stands Jamie, the man who has fought through loss, blood, and years just to keep her by his side. His silence in this moment speaks louder than anything he could say. He is not afraid of the enemy on the battlefield. He is afraid of losing the life they built together, one small piece at a time. The scene shifts gently between their faces, showing a mixture of love, exhaustion, and fear. Their shared glance holds a truth they both understand. The world is no longer something they can control or predict. It is bending around them, pushing them toward a path they cannot avoid. The sound of distant chaos reminds them that time is running out. Claire touches Jamie's arm, not for comfort, but to anchor herself, as if his presence is the only thing still solid in a world breaking apart. At the same time, Brianna and Roger feel the pull of their own uncertain journey. Their final moments in the episode mirror Claire and Jamie's struggle, but in a different way. For them, time is not just a threat. It is a doorway that could open to far or to fast. They are fighting to protect their family from the very force that first brought them together. Their expressions show a painful truth. Love can cross centuries, but that does not make it safe. Each step they take is a risk, and each choice might separate them from the people they adore. As the camera moves through these parallel moments, it becomes clear that every thread in their lives is tightening at once. The final scene is not about one dramatic action. It is about the weight of many small decisions coming together. The air around them feels still, as if time itself is holding its breath. What they choose now will shape the next chapter. And the uncertainty makes the moment feel larger than any battle they have fought. The episode ends not with an answer, but with a question that hangs heavy between them. Do they follow the path that destiny pushes onto them? Or do they try to carve a new one, even if it costs them everything? The camera fades, leaving viewers suspended in that silent tension, sensing that the story is far from over and that the choices made here will ripple into season 8 in ways none of them can yet see. At the heart of this ending lies a simple truth. Every character is standing at a crossroads, shaped not by fear alone, but by the weight of everything they have already survived. Their motivations do not rise from sudden impulses. They grow from years of loss, love, and the desire to protect the small pieces of peace they have fought to hold onto. Claire's motivation is rooted in responsibility. She has carried the burden of knowing too much about the future and not enough about the present dangers surrounding her. She wants safety, not just for herself, but for everyone who depends on her. Each choice she makes comes from the fear of watching one more person slip through her hands. The war has already shown her how fragile life can be, and the thought of losing Jamie again sits like a stone in her chest. She wants to keep him alive, even if it means stepping into a future full of uncertainty. Jamie's motivation is made of loyalty and love, the kind that never bends even when the world forces him to his knees. He is a warrior, but he does not fight for glory. He fights for the people he calls his own. At this moment, he sees the war tightening its grip around his land, his family, and his hopes. Every scar on his body reminds him of the times he almost lost Claire, and this knowledge shapes his decisions. His heart pushes him toward protecting her, even if the cost is a path he does not wish to take. Jamie is not afraid to die. He is afraid to leave Claire unprotected in a world like this. Brianna's motivation comes from the instinct of a mother. She and Roger have already faced the horror of time taking their child from them once, and that fear never fully leaves them. Every choice Brianna makes is guided by the desire to keep her family together. The time portals that once felt like miracles now feel like unstable doors that can tear her life apart without warning. She wants control. She wants stability. And she wants her children to grow up without the shadows of the past or the dangers of the future constantly pulling at their lives. Roger's motivation is tied closely to Brianna's, but it carries its own weight. He is a man who has struggled to find his place in every time period he has lived through. He wants to be strong enough to protect his family, even when time bends in unpredictable ways. The ending reveals his quiet determination. He is ready to face any risk if it means keeping his family together. He understands the danger of their world better than most, and this understanding shapes his resolve. Even the supporting characters carry motivations born from their own fears and hopes. Some want freedom, some want safety, others simply want to hold on to what little stability they still have. The ending pushes everyone into a space where they must decide what matters most. And for most of them, the answer comes down to love and survival. These motivations do not stand alone. They weave together, forming the emotional core of the ending and setting the foundation for the conflicts waiting in Season 8. The final moments of Season 7, Episode 16 carry a quiet power because they are built on themes that have followed the characters from the very beginning. The episode does not shout its meaning. It whispers it through the way characters look at each other, through the silence that stretches between decisions, and through the world around them, shifting like a warning they cannot ignore. The themes at the end are not new, but they return stronger, reminding us why Outlander has always been a story about more than war or time travel. It is a story about the cost of holding on to the people we love when everything around us tries to pull them away. One of the strongest themes in the ending is the idea of time as both a gift and a trap. For Claire, time once felt like a miracle that allowed her to choose a different life. For Brianna and Roger, time has become something unpredictable that opens doors when they least expect it. The ending of Season 7, Episode 16 does not simply close a chapter. It quietly opens the door to Season 8 with a sense of uncertainty that feels both frightening and exciting. Instead of giving clear answers, the final moments create a space filled with unfinished choices, unspoken fears, and paths branching in directions none of the characters can fully see. What makes this ending powerful is that it invites the audience to sense the shift long before the story reveals what comes next. For Claire and Jamie, the setup for season 8 lies in their stillness. The world around them is restless, pulling them toward a future shaped by war and sacrifice. Claire's hesitation shows that she is preparing herself for a fight that goes beyond medicine or survival. She knows the war is closing in, and her skills may not be enough to protect the people she loves. Jamie stands beside her, aware that his role as a soldier and husband will soon collide. His loyalty to Claire has always guided him, but season 8 hints that he will face choices where love alone cannot save them. Their unity in the final scene becomes a quiet promise that whatever comes next, they will face it together. Even if the cost is greater than they expect, Brianna and Roger's story points toward a different kind of danger. Their connection to time travel has always been unpredictable, but now it feels more unstable than ever. The ending suggests that the next season will test their trust in each other and in the world they have built. Their fear for their children hints that someone or something may try to manipulate time again, pulling their family into risks that cannot be avoided simply by staying put. Season 8 may force them to face questions they have tried to ignore. What does it truly mean to live between centuries? And how much are they willing to lose to keep their family whole? There is also a broader setup hidden in the final atmosphere of the episode. The land itself feels tense, as if history is preparing to take a painful turn. The war has already reached their borders, but season 8 will bring the full weight of it crashing into their lives. The ending suggests that alliances will be tested, friendships might break, and old wounds could return. The fight for independence will no longer be a distant concern. It will become the ground they walk on and the air they breathe. Even the way the episode fades out feels intentional. The silence that closes the scene is not emptiness. It is a pause before the next storm. It tells the audience that the journey ahead will not only challenge the characters' strength but also push their relationships into new territory. Love, family, loyalty, and destiny will all be reshaped in season 8 as the characters try to find a space where they can survive without losing themselves. In its final moments, the episode plants the seeds of transformation. Season 8 is not set up as a simple continuation. It is shaped as a test of everything the characters have built. The ending shows that their world is about to change again, and this time, the shift might be larger than anything they have faced before. It prepares us for a season where choices will matter more than ever, and where every step forward will challenge the heart of what Outlander has always been about. The ending of Season 7, Episode 16 is quiet on the surface, but it hides small details that speak loudly once you notice them. These details are not meant to solve the story. They are meant to guide the viewer toward the deeper truth behind the characters' choices. Each subtle moment adds another layer to the finale, hinting at what has shaped their past and what will shape their future. One of the most striking hidden details appears in the way Claire studies the horizon. She is not simply looking out into the distance. She is looking toward the unknown, the place where her past knowledge of history finally starts to blur. Earlier in the series, Claire always had a clear sense of what major events were coming. But in this moment, her expression shifts. It reveals a quiet realization that she can no longer depend on the history she remembers. This small look becomes an Easter egg, suggesting that Season 8 may push Claire into situations where her medical skills and instincts matter more than her memories of the future. Another detail appears in Jamie's posture. He stands firm, but there is a softness in the way he holds his shoulders. For viewers who know his journey, this echoes moments from earlier seasons where he prepared himself for sacrifices he believed he might not survive. It is a visual callback to the man who once walked into danger to save Claire, and the man who accepted exile and war when life demanded it. This familiar stance hints that Jamie may once again face a choice where honor and family collide. Brianna and Roger's ending holds its own quiet symbols. The room they stand in contains small objects from both the past and the future. This mix is not random. It is a reminder of how their lives have been stretched across centuries and how their family exists between two worlds. The objects become silent witnesses to the uncertainty they feel, hinting that Season 8 may force them to confront unresolved parts of their timeline. Their fear for their children is not spoken aloud, but it echoes through the scene like a warning that time itself is about to challenge them again. Even the weather in the final shots carries meaning. The light is soft, almost fading, suggesting the closing of one era and the opening of another. Outlander has always used nature to reflect the emotional state of the characters, and here the sky feels like a mirror of their inner storms. It hints that calm moments will become rare as the next season approaches, and that the world around them is already shifting toward conflict. There are also small callbacks to earlier seasons hidden in the dialogue. A phrase spoken by Claire echoes her very first days in the past. A glance shared between Jamie and Claire mirrors a moment from their early marriage. These quiet echoes connect the ending to the beginning, reminding viewers that every step they have taken has been shaped by love. Surviving against impossible odds, these Easter eggs do not just decorate the ending, they deepen it. They show how the story is preparing to tie old threads together while opening the door to new challenges. They remind us that Outlander is a story built on details, and that even the smallest look or gesture can reveal more about the future than any spoken warning. Season 8 will not only continue the journey, it will circle back to the roots of the story, bringing the characters face to face with everything they have become. The closing moments of Season 7, Episode 16 leave a quiet ache, the kind that stays with you long after the screen fades. This finale does not rely on dramatic twists or sudden shocks. Instead, it relies on emotion, memory, and the feeling that every character has reached a moment where the next step could change everything. What makes this ending powerful is the stillness. It is the kind of ending where silence speaks more clearly than words ever could. You can feel the weight of every choice they have avoided, every fear they have swallowed, and every hope they are still holding on to, even when the world tries to take it away. Claire and Jamie stand as reminders of how far they have come. Their journey has never been simple, but the final scene shows that love is not measured by the battles they win, but by the moments they refuse to walk away from each other. Their silence at the end is not emptiness. It is full of understanding, full of the unspoken promise that they will face the coming storm as one. Even after everything they have survived, the future remains uncertain. Yet the strength they share is enough to make the audience believe they can endure whatever Season 8 brings. Brianna and Roger's final moments carry a different kind of tension. Their struggle is not bound to the ground beneath them, but to the unpredictable doors of time. The way they hold on to their children, the way they look at each other with fear hidden behind brave faces, speaks to the kind of love that must stretch itself across centuries just to stay alive. Their future feels fragile, yet they continue to stand strong in the face of the unknown. The ending makes one thing clear: their story is not just about survival. It is about building a life despite the instability of time itself. What ties all these characters together is a theme that has echoed throughout the entire series. Love is both their weakness and their strength. It exposes them to danger, but it also gives them the courage to face it. The ending does not resolve their fears or answer their questions. Instead, it prepares them for a season shaped by change, sacrifice, and the possibility of new beginnings. Season 8 is not just the next chapter. It is the crossroads where their past and future collide. When the screen goes dark, the story leaves you with a feeling of anticipation. The characters are standing at the edge of a new era, and the world around them is shifting faster than they can anchor themselves. The war is rising. Time is unstable. Fate is circling them from every direction. Yet there is something steady in their hearts, something that refuses to break even under the heaviest weight. That unshakable spirit is what makes the ending unforgettable. And so, the final message of this episode is clear. No matter how uncertain the world becomes, no matter how loud the storms grow, the bonds they share will guide them forward. This ending does not say goodbye. It says hold on, the journey is far from over, and the next step will be more important than any they have taken before.